So I like to, when I'm writing my own licks and phrases, I base a lot of it off using three devices. The first would be some scale-wise motion, like stepwise motion. And then interval skips, like, jumping, like here I went like a seventh, like string skipping and whatnot. And then also some arpeggios, so if I think of this, that's like a chord there. So you take a chord and you play the individual notes of it, and that's what an arpeggio is. So this would almost be more arpeggio, And then the last half. Here's another great thing. So this is a longer line. It's like, almost 4 full bars. But you can take little sections, like when you have a good lick or you're working with what I call the language of the music, you might have a large phrase, but you have these little cells, these little pieces. Sometimes I'm learning a solo and I go, man, listen to just those 4 notes. I love that pattern. I'm going to steal that. And all the great players, you steal riffs from people that you love, and you might say, hey, I'm going to mix, some Charlie Parker bebop jazz with, some Pat Martino, or I'm going to mix, Jimi Hendrix with some country licks or something. So here's the whole phrase one more time slowly. Okay, a little faster. It's also great to try and play the chord that is being outlined. In this case, it's like a G, wherever you can, like I showed you that first voicing. So what you're doing is you're associating the melody, the lick, with the harmony, which is the chord, like this. I don't like to think of, people kind of separate, the lead guitar players and the rhythm guys and say, oh, yeah, I'm just a rhythm guy, or oh, I strictly play lead. But to me, guitar is one thing. You don't walk into a music store and say, I'd like to buy a lead guitar, or I'd like to buy a rhythm guitar. It's when we break it down the way I'm showing you, you'll see how the chords, the licks come out of the chords. Like here's this G chord, here's the lick. To me, it almost sounds this, like I'm outlining the same thing, and vice versa. Sometimes you'll have a lick, and you say, okay, there's a chord. You see that the lick is doing more of an arpeggio of. So one more time on example 2, and then we'll move on.